Everyone loves Bonfire Night. A roaring fire, fireworks, toffee apples. Oh, well, I guess this guy doesn't like it very much. Who's he? Well, he's Guy. No, not a guy, just Guy. That's his name, Guy Fawkes. He's the reason we have this celebration. Let me tell you his story. We have to go back in time to 1605 when things were very different. There was no plumbing, electricity, or cars. There were no fridges, microwaves, or washing machines. And also, back then, everyone in England went to church on Sundays. It was the law, a rule that everyone had to follow or they might be locked up. This is King James I. He was the King of England in 1605 and the head of the Church of England. He was in charge of everything, which meant that everyone had to go to his kind of church, a Protestant church. Not everyone wanted to. Some secretly went to another kind of church, a Catholic church. Remember, this was against the rules, so they were taking a big risk. This was the setting for the Gunpowder Plot, and the reason that we have bonfires and fireworks every year on the 5th of November. You see, one group of people got pretty fed up with living in fear because they had to go to a Protestant church. They decided that something needed to be done to change things. They decided to kill the king. Now that seems pretty drastic to me, but the church was extremely important to them. The plan was formed by a man called Robert Catesby. Here it is. On the 5th of November 1605, the king was scheduled to visit the Houses of Parliament. That's where they make the laws that everyone has to follow. The plot was to blow up the building while he was inside. That wouldn't just kill the king, but the whole government. They thought that after that, they could force people to attend their kind of churches, Catholic churches. Here's where Guy Fawkes takes centre stage. The plan was to gather lots of gunpowder and put it in the cellars under the Parliament building. Gunpowder is very dangerous because when it touches fire, it explodes. The more the gunpowder, the bigger the bang. Guy Fawkes' role was to wait until the king arrived, then light a fuse to blow up the whole building using gunpowder. Unfortunately for him, someone who knew about the plan wrote to a nobleman, warning him to stay away from the Parliament building on the 5th of November. And someone showed that letter to the king. Guards searched the building and caught Guy Fawkes waiting in the cellar, surrounded by 36 barrels of gunpowder. They locked him up in the Tower of London. Things did not look good for Guy Fawkes. And they weren't. The guards hurt him very badly until he told them the names of the other people in his group. Guy Fawkes and the others committed a crime called treason, which is when someone tries to harm the king. This meant serious punishment. Guy Fawkes and all of his fellow plotters were killed in horrible ways, and they were used as a warning to others who might think about committing treason. King James was so happy that the plot had been foiled that he created a special holiday to celebrate. Bonfire Night, or Guy Fawkes Night, on the 5th of November. Back then, they had a special church service and rang the church bells. Today, we light bonfires, make a guy, and set off fireworks. So now you know, Guy was the guy that started it all off. Remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and plot.